So this is where we had the pool last year, and there is a lean to the yard, and what it called, so we have an above ground pool, but then that caused the pool to lean, and so we had probably a foot of gap where it was full completely over here, but there was a gap of like a foot of no water, and it was, you couldn't fill the pool all the way. Then you get spillage, and anyways. So my idea is to level out the ground, and another idea is I had all these bricks and these are old bags of cement that I thought I'll just keep these, and they got wet, now they're all rocks. But I had all these on the other side of the fence here. I thought I'll fill that, instead of buying a bunch of all that dirt, I'll just fill that with all the bricks and stones I don't need anymore, and that'll save me on dirt, but then that'll also supply some stability. And then I'll just fill dirt in between, and on top, as you can see, there's still a good 4 inches there to go. I mean, the bottom of the pool is really thin, so even when it was directly on the ground, you could feel every single lump in the ground. So I'm concerned about I gotta make sure there's at least probably 2-3 inches of dirt on top of every area, because I know it's gonna get compacted. But I will admit, this looks really, really trashy. And my wife saw it and just immediately turned around. So I'm hoping that it works out in the end and I come off like a genius. But this is why we bought a fence, so I can do crazy stuff like this and experiment and see if it works. I'm sure neighbors will see over there. They're probably looking out their windows thinking, what the hell's going on? My fear is that as it rains and water continues to come down the yard, that this will wash out and loosen and maybe even collapse. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think as long as I get the dirt down in the cracks, that's gonna be like a solid wall, and that's not going anywhere. That's my hope. But the pool's gonna come up, I mean, sitting right on top there, so I don't know. Next, I'll just get some dirt and see how it goes. Okay, day 2, and I've got my best guy out here. He doesn't work very hard, but he's free, so that's good. This is 6 bags of dirt, so I feel like this is gonna, I don't know if it's best just to keep getting 6 at a time from Lowe's or just order a truckload, but to be honest, if I get a truckload at a time, then I know exactly what the bill's gonna be, and there's part of me that doesn't wanna know. So I think I'd rather financially not know what's going on and just get 6 bags at a time, so I can't really keep track of it. But if this was 6 bags, I'll probably need 6, 18, 20, about 20 more. The dead circles from last year on the pool, you're about to fall off one brick. Is that what's happening? But it's not, I don't have an exact line of where it needs to be. I need to get the frame out, set up the frame to make sure that the feet are actually on brick. Those are the part that really sink into the ground when it rains. Okie dokie, here's an update. Made some progress. Still got some dirt to lay down, but I didn't want to get too far, because what I'm noticing is that these are all leaning with the yard, leaning down. I really need those level, which means I really need to put the frame up to make sure I know exactly where these things need to be, so I can put some dirt underneath them and make sure that they're level. So the next step is to get the frame out and set that up. Okay, I think I'm officially at a place where I don't think I know what I'm doing. So I got the frame out. Now I know that's 0. That's 0 there. So that's level. So I got the rope up. I'm really gonna have to add a lot more dirt than I thought. I don't think it matters if these are level, as long as this is, well, that one's not level, but these two are level with each other, and they're level with 0. And they're level to the ground. I made sure that they're level. Now I'm wondering about like this. Do I really need to build this up, or once I put, because all the dirt needs to come this high. Is that just gonna push out as soon as I put the pool on it and all that pressure comes in? Do I really? Yeah. I think it's time to take a break for the day. I'm exhausted mentally and physically. All right, I gave it a few days and I thought I knew what I was doing again. I got back out here and I don't know, I'm over it at this point. This is supposed to be level, but that doesn't look level at all. This is clearly higher than that side. There seems to be a dip and then it curves up. It's supposed to be level, but I don't think I know what I'm doing. So I'm over it at this point. I got 10 bags of dirt to kind of fill in here and around here just to kind of keep those rocks in place, and then screw it, I'm done. I'm gonna throw the pool up, see what happens. Okay, I just wasn't liking it. It was too, even though all my levels said it was level, it just looked too high. So I ended up taking one of the layers of brick down along the whole way, and I'd say it looks pretty level. So it is a little higher on this side, which is fine because it's going to sink as time goes on. So filling it up now. So far it looks like success. We'll see when it's full. Okay, this seems to be filling up pretty evenly. It almost a little bit lower on this side than it does here. But once this settles more into the new dirt, that'll even out. So I think it's gonna work out, as I knew it would the entire time. Okay, as you can see, it is pretty much level. There's a little bit of dip here and there. There's a dip there, and it kind of dips there a little bit. Looks a little high here, but that's okay because there's no leaning. Before, this was all leaning this way because of the slope to the yard. So this is all good right here. It's practically full. So I believe this is as it's gonna be for a while. The only problem now is I can't get the pump to work. So sometimes I just take stuff apart and put it back together and it works. So I'm hoping that does, and I can tell everybody I'm a genius.